Welcome everybody to the first ever KWAN Business webinar. We are super excited to show you what we've built here today. It's been a long time in the making, and we are super thrilled to share this with you. So, a couple of notes here as we go. You guys are free to ask or answer questions. There'll be a team in behind the scenes kind of moderating, answering your questions in real time. If we can't get to you during the webinar, we'll certainly get back to you, so don't hesitate to ask any questions, and there will be a Q&A period here at the end. So let's get rolling, shall we? So today's agenda. So we'll go through a bit of an overview here. We'll do some host intros, and you got Mark Speaker and myself here today. We'll talk about the problem and the solution, essentially why we built KWAN, why KWAN was built. Then we'll go through the meat of the webinar, the presentation today, the KWAN Business demo with two main themes, one being the business blueprint, which we'll get into, and our Create Workspace, where you can get in, create anything you need, create intelligence, create advice, create documents. So we're super excited to share that stuff with you. Then we'll get in, we'll talk a little bit about our pricing, we'll make our pitch, we'll talk about our KWAN Century Club. Once we go through that, Mark's going to jump on here. He's going to talk about the KWAN technology, why we're better, and we'll have some audience Q&A, and you guys have an amazing resource in Mark Speaker going ahead and answering questions for you in real time. No pressure, Mark, you're up. You'll be up there. So, and then next steps. So pretty short. It's going to go pretty quick. But without further ado, let's get started. Anything to add, Mark?
No, it sounds great. Happy to answer any questions. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. All right. So meet your host. So my name is Mike Dunn. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. I've been fortunate enough to have a successful business exit earlier in my career. I've had a chance to be through the entire journey from start to finish with business. Spent some time as a business coach helping other companies, and ultimately share a passion with the entire team at KWAN, which is we want businesses to succeed. That's flat out it. And that's really the reason behind what we've built. I'm the lead KWAN fanatic. So that's me. Happy to answer any questions at any time, but been around a little bit, and I am super impressed and very excited with this tool that we have to help businesses on a go-forward basis. So over to you, Mark.
Sounds great. I'm Mark Speaker. I'm the Chief Technology Officer of KWAN. When I had the opportunity to think about partnering with Chris Mikitich to create something amazing in this new world of AI and software development, I jumped at the opportunity. So I've been at least 20 years in technology development. Many of you may have known me from my 7 years at Microsoft, and live here in Calgary with my family. I've co-authored a few books, but I don't just love technology. I love it to see how it can help people. And that's really what I think we've created here at KWAN. So I hope you enjoyed today's presentation, and I'm always available to talk or have questions. I'll be answering your questions behind the scenes as well. But I hope you find it informative and exciting today. Back to you, Mike.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. All right. So where did KWAN come from? Why did we build KWAN? So the problem, business coaches, and I can speak to this as I was one, they are not the cheapest of things or people. Business coaching and specialized domain expertise, it can be expensive and certainly difficult to afford when cash flow is tight, such as when you're getting started in business or when things aren't going really well, either or. So, and the second part, and we've heard this from folks that we already work with that are part of the KWAN platform, is they really value the fact that they can get support whenever they need it. So often when you're working with a coach or a mentor or an advisor, getting support happens on their schedules when they're available, not necessarily when you need it. And often it's like 1 or 2 hours a month, maybe a week, but that's it. So You know, the beauty of a platform like KWAN is you have an opportunity to get advice when and where you need it. You can get it on your phone, sitting at your kid's sport event, whatever, whenever the need should strike you, you got opportunity to get expertise to help your business. And the last thing is that, you know, advice isn't the same as doing. I can speak to this again, helping out businesses. Often they feel like they went away with more to do, more things that have added to the pile. And, you know, as business coaches or mentors, we don't really help get things done, but the KWAN platform will help you get things done. And we've already seen and heard from some of our early adopters. One lady in particular, she's saved upwards of 90 hours in 1 week here, using the platform as she got started. So our solution to this problem, this challenge, and our way to help businesses succeed is KWAN. So is there anything you think add to that, Mark?
No, I think it's great. It's the, you know, the business coach you always wanted. And, you know, I think we're excited for the possibilities as well. So, no, I think people just want to dive into the platform. Let's do it.
Right on. Let's do that here. All right, so let me set this up a little bit for you here. What we're going to show you is a full workflow. Everything from getting started with your free trial, which we'll show you, signing up, getting your account created. We're going to walk you through onboarding, which we'll speak to onboarding a little bit. Onboarding is really important because that's really where you start to train KWAN about your business, how you inform KWAN about what it is you're trying to do and where you're trying to take your business, essentially your vision for what you want to do in the future. What else can I tell you here? It's going to go fast. Okay. So we've built this demonstration here. So we want to show you maximum features and functionality. So we have, with the science of the internet here, we're able to speed a few things up here through the demo. So it is pre-recorded, but the talking is live. And don't feel bad if you can't read everything that's going to come across the screen today. That's not really the purpose here. We ultimately want to show you how to get started and how to create value and help your business. So without any further hesitation here, why don't we jump right in? So buckle up, let's go. All right. So this is where you can go, the KWAN landing page, hit the button, boom, it puts you into the create an account. So you're going to add your name, you're going to add your email. Pretty simple stuff, pretty standard. You get your password, make sure that it meets the requirements. Once that's all good, we'll scroll down here and hit sign up. And it's that easy. We are now rolling in KWAN. So first, as every platform, we got some policies to accept and review. So click on the country. We're in Canada. We'll scroll through here and make sure you read the privacy policy. Do the same thing here with the terms of use. And that's it. We'll get started. So the business here that we're going to talk about today is a new company called Fun Times Incorporated. This slide here is to show you where we have our tutorials, but let's get started with Fun Times Incorporated. Type in the business name, and it's as simple as hit create business, and away you go. So now we're into the onboarding. Like I mentioned earlier, onboarding is really important. So we are entering information. Very first question is just tell us a little bit about your business or your business idea. And KWAN is for businesses at any stage. So it's going to work back and forth with you through an onboarding session. It's going to continue to ask you questions. This particular one, it wants to confirm that Fun Times Incorporated is the official name. And Fun Times, just as we go here, is a fictitious company. It doesn't exist, but its main driver is to help improve performance in organizations through employee team building events and leadership training. So we'll kind of fast forward through a bunch of this onboarding stuff. but it's a good idea to spend some time putting in some thoughtful answers here as we go. So we won't show you the whole thing here. Again, we'll fast forward through this a little bit. All right. Here's the business summary. So this is the backbone of what we know and understand about your company. This gives us a chance to review what we've entered. You can go in here, you can edit the summary at any time. Looks good. So let's get started. And that quickly, you're into KWAN as a tool. So on the left-hand side here, we have our navigation. You've got the business profile, the create function, and the blueprint, which I referenced there earlier. And these are all things that we'll go through here. So this is not a course, okay? The business blueprint is 12 domains of your business, 12 areas of your business, and contained in here are different focus areas and upwards of 250 business tools and activities built into your business blueprint. But it's not a course. You don't have to do it in order. You can pick anything you want to work on at any particular time. So let's jump right into our different focus areas here. So let's start by crafting a mission statement for Fun Times Incorporated. What we've got here is the ability to, oh, there we go. The ability to explain the activity. This can give you a little bit of a deeper dive, help share with you what it is we're looking for. Now, in this particular instance, we're going to create a draft. I'm not going to go in, I'm not going to add any extra information. It's going to build off of what it knows about your business already. And boom, pretty quickly, we have got the bones of a mission statement here for us. So it's talking about who we serve, what we provide, how we create value, the guiding principles, and ultimately down at the bottom here, we have got our mission statement, which is to revitalize the workplace culture by helping organizations uncover the root causes of burnout, deliver meaningful team experiences, and equip leaders with the tools to build healthy, engaged, and resilient teams. So it inferred off of what I had already told it. So this looks great. So I'm going to hit the save button or the accept button up here. And I'm going to want to add this to my memory. So simply put, I'm going to mark this activity as complete. So we're going to show you a couple more activities here during our demo. You can navigate here on the left. So these are different focus areas underneath the domain, vision, and strategy. So let's jump in and define some strategic objectives. Now we're going to go about this a little bit of a different way. This time, as you can see, it's talking about in the requirements up here. I'm going to go in and I'm going to type it an idea of, give it an idea, prompt it, if you will, of what I want our strategic objectives to be, our SMART goals over the next 12 to 24 months. So I've given it a framework. I've asked it to help me sort this out. So boom, another document's created. And we have got a strategic plan to help us out over the next 12 to 24 months. This company's in the startup phase, so we want to achieve financial break even, really important. We want to grow the market share here in Alberta, which is what I asked it to do. It's given us third goal, which is to secure our first referral customer and build a scalable core team. So that looks great. There is one change, though, that I would like to make. So underneath build a scalable core team here, I'm going to show you can go ahead and edit these documents at any time, remembering that this becomes the memory and what KWAN knows about your business. I think I'd like to get our team built out a little sooner than that. So let's do August 2026. And this is just like a Word editor, a main editor, or a document editor, sorry. So you can go in, adjust your outputs, make sure it reflects exactly what it is that you want to have KWAN know about your business. And you've got a document here, something you can build upon, share with your team, and use it to help drive your business forward. So again, I accepted that document. Really happy with what it says here. I'm going to do one more quick review. And again, I'm going to mark that here as completed. So in pretty short order, we've helped define our mission statement. We've got a plan for how it is that we're going to go forward and be successful in the next 12 to 24 months. Back to navigation here on the left, we can click on the blueprint there on the left, or at the top, we can also click on blueprint and get back to the main menu here. So for our next activity, let's do some branding and marketing work. Again, we've got 5 different focus areas here. We can work on any one at any time. Let's do some marketing strategy. We want to grow this company over the next 12 to 24 months. So why don't we dig into the marketing channels and tactics that we want to use to grow our business? And I'm going to hit create draft again. I want to know what KWAN is going to tell me about how to choose different marketing channels and leverage different tactics to grow my business. So it's put together a strategy for us here. An email outreach as the primary channel, LinkedIn as a primary social channel. It's talking about partnerships, building referral networks, developing a paid ad campaign. It's discussing with us and sharing with us essentially different channel performance trends and how they're going to form our strategy. It's given us next steps, a really powerful document, and a lot of business advice, fantastic information about how we're going to grow our business. So I'm going to show you something here. We're going to build off a next step. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to copy this next step down at the bottom, which is build a 30-day LinkedIn content plan. I'm going to accept this document and move on. So now I'm going to show you the create function. There, I did that on purpose. I didn't click the complete. It gave me a warning, so I didn't lose my stuff. And there we go. I click complete and move on. This is a create screen. This is another workplace. Here, I just typed in, can you help me build a 30-day LinkedIn content plan? And I hit the enter button. It's going to go out. It's going to build off of what it knows about the plan that we created, about the marketing channels, and it's going to develop a 30-day LinkedIn content marketing plan for us. Something that's really powerful and takes a considerable amount of time to build if you were to do it on your own. So here we go, 30 days, organized by week, organized by day with a topic, a bit of a description, what it is that we want to cover. Even gives us a few bonus days for months that aren't February, provides us with some posting guidelines. Again, I'm always amazed at the level of information we get back. So let's save this document and go from there. So as you work through the create function, you're going to have lots of information that you'll be able to generate and review. So I'm going to show you quickly how to keep it organized. So let's click on new folder over here on the left. I'm going to type in a marketing for a marketing folder. Once that's built, I'm simply going to drag and drop my marketing document, my content plan into that folder. And here you can see on the main screen, we have now got a 30-day LinkedIn content plan ready to access at any time, share with my team, do whatever I want. Now let's go back to create. I didn't touch on this earlier, but you have some pre-populated examples, and that's all they are. But let's use one here and see what kind of industry trends we should be preparing for in this industry. So it's gone out. Don't worry, you don't have to read all this, but it's provided a summary of the industry trends I should be preparing for in my industry. I'm going to turn and I'm going to ask it to generate a report for them that I can share with my team. So it's going to take the summary, it's going to expand on that. And like you saw earlier, it's going to create a document here on the right-hand side. Tremendous information, things that I need to keep in mind that are going on in my industry, which is the team wellness, culture building industry. Different information that it went out and sourced to help inform me, to help keep me informed about what's going on in my industry. So I'm going to accept that. A fantastic report for me to share with my team. So So I can do a couple things here. I can go in, I can add more detail. There's an add more detail button here, or I can add sources because I'm curious to know where this information is coming from. So this is a powerful tool that we've built into KWAN. So it's going to go out and it's going to tell us what are the links, where did it get this information from? And you can see here on the right-hand side in the document, it's created some blue hyperlinks. Different places it went out to gather this information and help build this report for us. So you can click on those links, you can go out, you can see for yourself exactly what's being referenced in that content. So that looks amazing. I am going to save that document. Now, that's the majority of our functionality here in KWAN. Today, you've got two different ways to create intelligence that we've showed you. We have the business blueprint and the create function. Here's the business profile. Again, you can access this again at any time, review it, update it, make sure that it's still accurate with where you're at in your business development cycle. And here's the last thing I'm going to show you is a little bit more navigation here on the left-hand side. This is kind of your settings window. You can get access to the tutorials, your help. You can change the theme from light to dark and go from there. But that, folks, that is KWAN. Now we covered a ton. I know that we went through a lot. I mean, Mark and I were both super thrilled. We can share with you even so much more. But the goal here today is that we want to show you enough to get as excited as we are, hopefully, and ultimately give this thing a whirl. See how we can help you get your business to be more successful as we go. So, all right, let's move on. KWAN pricing. What does this look like if you want to get started? I told you earlier that business coaching is expensive, and it is. We have got some really affordable plans here for you. So first, I'm going to tell you about credits. As we were working in the platform, a credit is one question and one answer response from your coach. So the KWAN Pro 1000, you have 1,000 conversations or 1,000 questions a month, interactions that you can have with your coach on building documents, getting things done, finding intel. We've got half that plan available in the KWAN Pro 500 and KWAN Pro 2000. So the only difference there is the credits per month. And there is an incentive there if you choose to sign up on an annual basis. Now, our free trial is 100 free credits. So you get 100 interactions that you can go and work with the tool and gather intel about your business. And for early folks here, we have a special offer where we call the KWAN Century Club. So you're going to get fixed pricing for life. I'll give you an example of how that's important. I know Mark uses another platform called Lovable. When they got started, there was about $25 a month. That went all the way up to $700 a month now. If you join early here, you will have fixed pricing for life as we continue to add features. You're going to have influence on new features. We've already got some in development. We've got some personalized support, but there are limited spaces. There is no wait list. But feel free to reach out to me and ask any questions about that anytime. So, all right, now I'm going to pass this over to Mark and get him to share with you folks a little about the technology, why we're better, and answer a few questions. Mark, over to you.
Thank you very much. I am just busily answering questions. Thank you so much for all of the questions coming in. And I see lots of folks that I've met before and know and on their business journey. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for your attendance and for all the great questions coming in. I'm typing as fast as I can. So why we're better. A, we're focused on your business. Many of you are probably saying, hey, I use ChatGPT or Claude or one of those tools, and I get some advice from them. Well, we are focused on your business. My ChatGPT at home is got my stuff, but it's also got my kids' homework. I got social studies questions coming in there, math questions. We know your business. We're going to keep getting better at understanding what you're telling us about your business. We met the CEO of Crystal Glass, and he talked about installing a windshield the same way in every Crystal Glass everywhere. This is business information you want to keep in your system, and you want the system to know, and we keep it safe and secure. Happy to explain how we do that in the future. We also have state-of-the-art memory and learning. So we learn about you, and we have to keep that memory organized. Lots of you on the technical side are probably hearing about things like context engineering and memory systems for AI models. We can talk a lot about that, but we keep up and we stay in the sweet spot so that we can understand you well and give you great answers, give you great documents, give you great advice. We are always using the best models, so you don't have to run around and try and figure that out yourself. Models are changing weekly, and their memory's getting better, models getting smarter. We keep up so you don't have to, and we use the models from the best providers in the world. We also are embedding business best practices. So right now, entrepreneurs, they go to something like a ChatGPT and go, well, where do I start? They're just asking questions. There's no framework, there's no structure to how you set up a business, your missions, your vision, your goals, all of those things. How do I approach the business world and get things done? We have embedded best practices. Okay, so some common questions that we get: is my information secure? Absolutely. We don't share your information about your business with anybody but you. We just use that information combined with the models we have to give you great answers. It's all yours. And our vendors are all SOC 2 Type 2 compliant. So if you're very familiar with security and privacy controls, they have to pass audits to be there. We're not using just anything off the shelf. We have compliant vendors. Can I have multiple users? Right now, we have like a single user, single business model. So, I mean, in the short term, I guess you could share some credentials with others, but in long term, you probably won't be able to do that. But we are looking to offer multiple users in the future in our system, so you'll be able to add them as first-class participants. Maybe you have a co-founder that you want to use KWAN, or you want to share with accountants or lawyers or things like that. We do plan to do that. Yeah, and so did get a number of great questions in the chat too, and people are asking about documents, for example. Can I take the content of a report and then produce something else? Absolutely. You can take the content from whatever you have, because people have a huge amount of documents and they want to, you can use that to educate KWAN. Right now, you would put that into the chat. We are looking at advanced features of just straight document upload, and then we'll read all the intelligence out of that and let you use that anywhere you want in KWAN. So we're taking it one step at a time and see what people do and see what they understand. To stay on track, Mike, why don't we go to, we wanted to give you a little bit of the vision for the future. So I'll pop to that, sort of what the future of KWAN is and what we see. We see KWAN as being mission control for entrepreneurs. Everything that you need to do as an entrepreneur, people are telling us they don't have enough time. They don't need to know, they don't know what to do next, in what order. If KWAN is a mission control for you, where you control it, it helps you get things done, from setting goals and planning strategy to helping you with like frequent check-ins. How's your business going? Can we give you quick hit advice to help you? All of these things we see as the future, and it's quite an opportunity for KWAN, because I don't see software focused on entrepreneurs. In my time at Microsoft in particular, we were always building software for the masses. It had to be hundreds of millions of people. We are very focused on the entrepreneur and the entrepreneur journey and what you need. We want to hear more from you. We want to hear from all of you. And in terms of, hey, what I would really like is the following, and here's what I need. And here's my experience with KWAN. We've made it with a free trial. You get a lot with that. The 100 credits go a long ways. So we would love to hear what you need as entrepreneurs. And as Mike said, you're in the Century Club. You're in early with us. He talked about my Lovable subscription, which I'm a early member, and now they're a multi-billion-dollar company, and the founders still talk to me. Well, you're in the Founders Club. We would always love to talk to you about your experience and what you'd love to see in KWAN. And yeah, we're super excited about the future. Mike? anything else you
Fantastic.
want to add?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. That was great. Yeah, there's so much more to come. So we are doing really well for time. So we're about 29 minutes in. We're going to bring this to a wrap here. So our call to action, it's as simple as if you want to get started, go to KWAN.business. So www.kwan.business to start your free trial today. And we did walk through that here. So thank you, everybody, very much. I understand there's still questions coming in. If we didn't get a chance to answer your questions here during the presentation, we will do our best to get back to you here shortly with those answers. But we are right at 30 minutes. So thank you all very much. We really appreciate your time. We're super thankful for the opportunity to share KWAN with you. And we wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Well done. Thanks, folks. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.